30 Greatest Man-Made Wonders of the World, Part 1. From the dawn of time, man has been creating marvels. We must never underestimate a man's ability, for these man-made wonders are a mirror of how far a man can go if he sets his mind to creating something extraordinary. Many man-made wonders that meet the spirit and aesthetic power can be seen. Here's a list of the world's top 30 most amazing man-made wonders. 30. Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco is undoubtedly the most famous bridge in the world. It was the world's highest and longest suspension bridge when it was completed in 1937. The Golden Gate Bridge became a symbol of the United States' power and advancement, and it set a standard for suspension bridge design all over the world. The characteristic hue of the Golden Gate Bridge was never intended to be permanent. The steel for the Golden Gate Bridge arrived in San Francisco coated in burned red and orange paint to protect it from corrosive conditions. 29. Himeji Castle. Himeji Castle was built in 1346 as a stronghold against local shotguns by Akamatsu Sadadori. When Oda the Emperor acquired control of the Harima district in 1577, he placed Hideyoshi in charge of the castle, who transformed the fortified structure into a fortress with over 30 turrets. Himeji Castle is commonly regarded as Japan's most spectacular castle due to its imposing size and grandeur, as well as its well-preserved, intricate castle grounds. It's a national gem, as well as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 28. St. Basil's Cathedral. St. Basil consists of a central church flanked by 9 auxiliary churches, 8 of which are dedicated to Ivan's 8 victories over the Tartars, and 1 of which is dedicated to St. Basil. This famous Moscow saint was buried on the grounds, and the cathedral was afterward named after him. The Soviet Union seized the structure in 1928 and converted it into a secular museum. The cathedral, together with the Kremlin and Red Square, was designed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1990. The Soviets recognized the church as a valuable and irreplaceable national monument. It was restored extensively and turned into an architecture, history, politics, and religion museum. 27. Lalibela Churches. It is known for its rock-cut monolithic churches, and it's located in the Lasta region and North Wollo Zone. As a result, some analysts have dated the existing church's construction to the years after Saladin's invasion of Jerusalem in 1187. People known as the Zagwe carved the churches about the year 1200. Lalibela is located at an elevation of approximately 2,500 meters above sea level. Mural paintings adorn several of the room's interiors. The village of Lalibela features 2-story round buildings known as Lasta Tokols, built of local red stone near the churches. 26. Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera House is a 20th century architectural masterpiece. Its importance stems from its unrivaled design and construction, as well as its outstanding engineering achievements and technical development, and its status as a world-famous architectural icon. The Sydney Opera House is one of the most photographed structures in the world, thanks to its unusual roof structure of shining white sail-shaped shells. The most well-known monument in Sydney is the renowned Performing Arts Centre. 25. Pisa's Leaning Tower. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a medieval structure in Pisa, Italy, known for the shifting of its roots, which had caused it to lean roughly 15 feet from the perpendicular by the late 20th century. Its construction began in August of 1173. The bell tower of the church is the Tower of Pisa. Pisa started off as a small but major Italian seaport. Religious structures grew in tandem with the city's expansion. As the inhabitants of Pisa were involved in different military engagements and trade agreements, their fame and influence expanded progressively over time. Although Pisa is most known for its Leaning Tower, the city of 91,000 people is home to more than 20 antique churches, several medieval palaces, and numerous Arno bridges. 24. Meenakshi Amman Temple. The Nataraja sculpture, which is placed on a silver altar, is particularly noble at Meenakshi Temple. The temple contains a hall of 1,000 pillars, with sculptures carved onto each pillar. In the complex of Meenakshi Temple, there is a pond known as Moai Kulam, or the Golden Lotus Pond. This temple is one of the rare religious monuments in India dedicated to a female deity. It is dedicated to the goddess Meenakshi, who is the manifestation of the Hindu goddess Parvati. Meenakshi signifies fertility and love, and is known as the fish-eyed goddess because of her nicely formed eyes. 23. Leshan Great Buddha. It is the world's largest and tallest stone Buddha statue, as well as the world's tallest pre-modern statue. Since 1996, the Mount Ami Scenic Area, which includes the Leshan Giant Buddha Scenic Area, has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Leshan Giant Buddha, which stands atop the Mount Yumi UNESCO World Tradition Site, is a proud symbol of China's Buddhist heritage, a benign god tasked with the taming the sea and providing seafarers safe passage. It's a Maitreya Buddha who depicts a future that is hopeful, loving, and peaceful. 22. Abu Simbel. Abu Simbel Temple is actually two separate temples, both of which were erected during the reign of King Ramses II around 1200 BC, and are rock-cut buildings. King Ramses II is honored in one temple, while his loving wife, Queen Nefertari, is honored in the other. It is widely regarded as the greatest and most beautiful of the temples built during Ramses II's reign, as well as one of Egypt's most beautiful. Ramses II solidified his heavenly status by erecting multiple temples in which he was worshipped as various gods' images. 21. Rice Terraces in Ifugao. UNESCO listed various sections of the terraces as a World Heritage Site in 1995, describing them as a dynamic cultural environment of extraordinary beauty. The Ifugao Rice Terraces are a priceless gift to humanity from Philippine forefathers. The Ifugao Rice Terraces, which were built 2,000 years ago and carried down from generation to generation, are a lasting example of an ancient civilization that overcame various hurdles and setbacks posed by modernity. While the rice terraces were vital to the Ifugao economy, they also served a cultural purpose, necessitating close cooperation among the people. 20. Neuschwanstein Castle. Germany's Neuschwanstein Castle is located in the Bavarian Alps. Neuschwanstein is recognized for being a castle of contradictions. It was constructed at a time when castles were no longer required as fortresses, and despite its idealized medieval style, Louis insisted on having all of the latest technical conveniences. Ludwig II of Bavaria, affectionately known as the Fairy Tale King, commissioned Neuschwanstein Castle. Ludwig II planned to build this castle as a getaway from the contemporary world after the Austro-Prussian War and his loss of power. 19. Angkor Wat. Visit the ruins of the imperial capital, which ruled for centuries and was once the epicenter of the empire's strength, and sway across mainland Southeast Asia. The site of Angkor Wat is almost 200 hectares in size, including the huge moat. Despite being just one of hundreds of surviving temples and constructions, the huge Angkor Wat is Cambodia's most famous temple. It even features on the country's flag, and for good reason. 18. Statues of Moai. Easter Island is noted for its Moai stone statues of human forms. Rapa Nui is the name given to the island by its residents. From 1000 CE to the second part of the 17th century, Moai were carved. Moai sculptures were erected to commemorate the deaths of chieftains and other notable persons. They were put atop ahu, which are rectangular stone platforms that serve as tombs for the persons the statues represent. Tuff makes up the majority of Moai. Easter Island is home to tuff, a soft volcanic rock. Because tuff erodes easily, only a few of the original designs of the Moai have survived. 17. Alhambra. The Alhambra is the most important surviving reminder of the Iberian Peninsula's Islamic domination from 711 to 1492. In contrast to the previous Moorish architecture, the structure was designed in the more modern Renaissance style. The structure includes a circular courtyard with towering pillars supporting its 2 stories, and a distinctive design represents the marriage of heaven and earth, as is typical of Renaissance architecture. The Alhambra was built in the mid-13th century by Muhammad ibn al-Ammar, Emir of Granada, to serve as the Moorish Nasrid dynasty's palace and fortress complex. 16. Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower has been a powerful and unmistakable emblem of Paris, and by implication, France, for 130 years. When it was first erected for the 1889 Globes Fair, its size and audacious design wowed the entire world, and it embodied French know-how and industrial ingenuity. The Eiffel Tower is the tallest structure in Paris and is the world's most visited paid monument. Millions of visitors visit the structure each year. The 324-meter tower was the world's highest man-made structure for 41 years, until the Chrysler Building in New York City was completed in 1930. So with that said, the video has come to an end. Did you enjoy watching? Then stay tuned for the second part. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching.